So I'm thinking about doing a new intro, by the way.
Okay.
But we'll do the old one. Hold on.
I know.
Call. Two men. One named Rich. That's me.
This is Jermaine. Just got off the toilet.
He's a foul man. This is the X's and O's of life.
Huh?
Hello.
You said you guess get a kick out of it, so I don't know. You never know.
I mean, yeah, but like I feel like we need to do different stuff too.
Yeah.
The
You
wife
get
is
something
feeding
else in there.
the wife is feeding the dog. Oh, what was that?
That's one of the buttons on my soundboard
Oh,
over here.
I was like, did I do that? I was very confused.
He was like, "What the heck is going on?" I'm just thinking of like, what is the here? Huh?
Do you have a huh there?
I don't know. No.
Nope. That's the car.
Awesome!
That sounds like me for real. Yeah, I guess that's my huh. The
Yeah,
Lil Jon
that's fair.
version.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh man. Welcome everybody. X's and O's live stream. You do know today, I know you don't get into college basketball, do you?
No, I don't get in basketball at all.
Okay. Yeah, I know today those brackets came out, so it's about to get crazy with everybody with the March Madness thing. St. Patty's Day. First time I can recall St. Patty's falling on a Sunday. Ain't like it's never happened, but
Yeah, that's that's not one of those static holidays, is it? It's one of the ones that move around.
it's the 17th no matter what. So it's not stuck on a certain day of the week.
Right.
But at the same time, it's the same day. But most of the time, I'm always seeing, drunk people in their green beer and parades and going crazy. I haven't seen any of that this weekend. But like I said, my son's birthday was yesterday. It's the 16th. And forever, he's going to be in that limelight or that spotlight. Like every time his birthday come around, it's going to be around St. Patty's Day. And he ain't black, but he ain't Irish either. I mean, he black. I'm sitting there saying he ain't black. I mean,
I agreed. I'm like, yeah,
Irish.
he definitely isn't black. It's fine.
he ain't Irish, but I bet he wish he was because he could party his ass off. But he'll be able to find somebody to always party with. My birthday's the same way, kind of like my birthday's always right around Memorial Day. So, and same thing this year. I think my birthday's on Sunday. I think Memorial Day is the very next day. So I always get like an extra day pumped in around that time.
Yeah.
We both May babies or whatever.
This is true.
You at the beginning, I'm towards the end.
Yeah, well,
But you're not a Gemini. You're a what's the sign before that?
I'm a
Taurus.
Taurus.
Okay.
Lion.
Yeah, I'm at the back end of May, so Gemini it is. I never hear good words about Gemini. People, every time you tell people you're a Gemini, they're like, "Oh."
Listen, Tiff is the one with all the astrology things. I'm like, yeah, okay, you got it, bub.
Yeah, I'm not into all of them. I just know that every time I tell somebody my sign, they all like, "Oh," like it's never, "Dang, that's a great sign." It's always, "Oh," like a cautious type of look.
I don't know. I never believed in that stuff. I always thought it was weird. Every time she brings up some kind of like, oh well, if you do this thing, then you're definitely falling into the astrology.
Yeah, I mean, they all can be questioned because I mean, I've read on any given day or any time, I've read everyone's sign and the message was pretty much the same with a different quip here and there, and it's all a bunch of bullshit. I mean,
Mhm.
some of it comes to, the characteristics could be a little bit descriptive of how that person is, but it all can be contradicted as well. So,
Well, so everyone knows why I've been kind of looking to the left a little bit. So, I finally have a decent esque setup. I'm still kind of chugging along on it.
you got the computer. Yeah, I forgot you
Yeah.
texted me that earlier in the week.
Yeah, so I'm kind of chugging along with that. I was kind of building the website. I'm not finished with it, but what I wanted to do, because as we've told everyone, we're doing the whole live stream thing and all that fun stuff, and a lot of folks aren't just popping on StreamYard. They are usually just either doing on the Twitter sphere or on the YouTubes and things like that. So, for a bevy of different reasons why it's helpful and important, I've now set up on the computer here, as we're literally doing this. I have the YouTube thing, and the Twitter thing going on at the same time. So now when people actually want to say something, I can actually see them.
Yeah, instead of putting this on black and then saying, "Hold on, let me look," and then you can look at it in real time.
Now I can watch porn while I'm doing this. So, yeah, it's nice. I'm excited to see if people actually say something. I mean, I don't even know how quick this actually goes. I mean, I'm assuming it's pretty in real time, but I don't know. But
what's the name brand of the computer?
It's a Dell.
Oh,
look how you got super excited about that. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm just saying, we already did a pod on, what was it called? And I made it a big complex answer, and then you was just like, name brand loyalty or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Remember we did the one where, it's like, I was like, companies I fuck with, and I did a whole roundabout way of just saying one thing. I forgot how you put it, but it was just like real simple. But yeah, Dell's one of them.
I forget what it was called. I have to break that down.
Yeah, because he was like, it was like I guess name brand support or just certain companies that you sign off on, but you broke it down in like 2 simple words, and I was just like, oh, that was the simple word over it. But I went the roundabout way. But yeah, Dell's one of them as far as computer wise. Yep.
Yeah.
Back there.
And we made sure we bought the good one, and we got the good processor and all that stuff. So, yeah. So right. So ideally, I'm looking for some kind of engagement. Like that's like one of the big goals here. Obviously, is to get people to kind of engage as we're doing this. And so I don't know where folks are watching it, but well, actually, I do know. I can see all that stuff now. But it's fine. Let's pretend I don't. It's fine. But yeah, so the website will be up in a little bit. I mean, it's already technically live, but I'm just gonna have to play with it a bunch and do all that fun stuff. But I'm gonna do a friends of the show kind of portion too, as we kind of sign off, and then put those folks on the website as well, because look, at the end of the day, I think we are starting to kind of shake hands and kiss babies, or I think I put it earlier, shake babies and kiss hands. So it's fine. Gets the job done. But yeah, I just want to kind of make sure I'm putting that stuff up there and making our stuff look pretty official. But yeah, as we go, I'm still waiting to get to that 50 mark on the YouTube thing. So anyone that can help with that, please do, because then I can just nick StreamYard and just go.
Did we gather anybody from the YouTube, or are we still stuck at?
I mean, I showed my dick to a few people and they added me, so just it's a slow burn. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I remember last time you said we needed like 20 something. How many we still need?
20 something.
So nobody really tallied up.
We got like 4 more people, which is awesome.
4.
But, yeah. But yeah, we're still about 26 away. So chugging along, but like I said, we just started doing the live streaming thing. So and then we changed the date up. So I think it's going to take a little bit of time to get traction, but yeah, but I don't think it actually allows me to do too much on the YouTube at the moment. I think anything that I would see would be on the Twitter sphere at the moment. So, hey, whatever. You want to say something, it would be super appreciated, and you will definitely not get a picture of my penis. All right. So, all that stuff out of the way. Hi, people.
Yeah. Did you ever do that interview with the Connected guy? Because I never got any feedback on you. You never said anything about it.
Because you were supposed to fucking listen to it. That's why. It's
you asked me. You said, "Do I got any questions for him?" And then I typed you my questions, and then I never heard anything else after that.
Oh, I thought you were just going to listen to it. Thanks for being a fan.
I didn't get to it. I told you this is my son's birthday weekend. I didn't.
No, I get it. It's the Aiden is a good fella. That's
Aiden. That's the dude's name. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's his name. But yeah.
I mean, when you didn't say anything, I assumed that, like, maybe he, pulled a reschedule on you or something like that.
No. Yeah, I was, when you responded, I was literally talking to him.
Oh, okay.
And then I just didn't respond back because I'm a bad friend.
Okay. I'll definitely check
yeah, it's kind of how that goes. Sorry. Should be used to it. Okay, so meat and taters here. So this is the Would You Rather episode. Figured we could just kind of riff on the week a little bit and then get into the Would You Rather and then get into the draft thing. The draft, and I don't know, I'm pretty sure you understood what I was saying, but we'll just shoot it out there again. So the draft is the 2 do's and the 2 don'ts you would do when traveling. So I don't mean in the midst of traveling. I'm saying you're already at your destination. Here are the 2 do's you do and the 2 don'ts you don't. Because I figured we could technically do a 2-parter, do 4 and 4, but I don't know. I feel like there's not a ton of things, and there's probably going to be
there's not a lot of content there.
Right.
I'm not saying that, I don't travel, but I am saying I don't travel that much, so I don't have a lot of stories.
Yeah, and that's fine. That actually did come across my noggin. I'm like, well, I'm not really trying to put you in like a weird box here, but I'm also well aware that you're not.
I want to travel. It's just that, it just never works out that way. But I have been, traveled all over the place. I ain't gonna say all over the place, but I mean, I don't get away like as much as maybe you or maybe my buddy from college. He's always going to. I don't really get away internationally. Put it that way. Like, I might travel all up and down around the states.
I didn't even add the international flavor into my thing. I was going straight local, but because I think internationally, there's some more things
there's a lot of more hurdles you got to go through.
Yeah. You're like, don't drink the water. All right, fair enough. Yeah.
No, I mean, even like cruise rides. I know you recently was on a cruise that, you weren't necessarily getting on and off planes and landing and all that, but you were going beyond the United States, right?
Oh yeah, we do, like, anytime we've done a cruise, it's up in the Caribbean and things like that. Yeah. So you get off the boat, at the different islands and try not to get raped and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I've never experienced that one. But go ahead.
What, the rape part or the international part? Yeah, don't even worry about it. Keep them guessing.
I haven't had the pleasure of either one.
I bet you haven't. Oof. So yeah, we got the whole bonus things that we've been just banging out debt and just buying shit that we don't necessarily need, but definitely helpful. It feels good
And look at
to
you in the background. You got like the quiet storm going on. You got the lighting all tinted. You trying to lay me down later on?
oh,
So-
well, you've
you all
never
in the
been
dark.
you've never been raped. No, just the screen on this laptop is generally big, so that's like the actual pseudo backlight.
Oh,
So it
okay.
just kind of works.
That's
Yeah.
enough light
Yeah,
for
because I
you.
didn't really set everything up yet. Because I'm like, all right, I got shit I got to do and whatever. But
Mhm.
I wanted to get a general feel of how that all kind of shakes out and get everything squared away, and then really kind of put in the time on Wednesday and Thursday to really put something together.
Mhm.
But yeah. So for getting a pretty decent bonus, it was not as exciting as you would think it would be. It's like the older you get, the more money that comes in. You're just like, all right, where am I gonna put that? We're gonna put that. Like, but you're
Yeah.
younger. You're like, huh,
Bonus.
all the
You could
drugs and
go.
bitches. Let's go.
Like you were excited, like my bonus. You couldn't wait to tell people you don't even know on the street, like, hey, I just got a bonus. You know what I'm saying? Like now you got so many places to reallocate that money that it's like, okay, it's almost like you take it for granted almost. Like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, I forgot. And then bonuses coming. The bonuses are spent before you even get them. So you're like, okay, putting them over here.
Yeah, but you know what? It's nice to have the opportunity to do that, to kind of put it where it needs to be and to be responsible with it. But all right, look, let's be honest. These fucking people aren't here for responsible talk. That's not how that's not our MO. We're children. So, like I said, we're gonna get into this here. Seemingly, at least on my end here, for the most part, unless you actually say something in StreamYard, I can pretty much only see it in real time on Twitter. So whoever is watching on there, feel free to comment. That's perfectly fine, because like I said, engagement makes my penis very, very hard. So um yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just jump into the would you rather, and then if we got something after that to riff into, then cool. If not, we'll just jump into the draft here, because I'm curious if this, because on the last episode, you kind of like teased it a little bit. And I'm like, oh, all right, well, we'll see how that goes. I don't know. But then you actually explained it. I'm like,
Well, my thing was,
that's
I
interesting.
just opened it up as a topic of discussion, and then I didn't really go through the would you rather format. But if that's
Yeah.
what you want to do, we can. But I was
Well,
just like, just names, period.
Well, I mean, you know what? I think that's gonna, one, be kind of how it has to work, but two, it's gonna end up working that way, because you're gonna put, well, would you rather deal with this, or like, oh, well, here's a really ridiculous one. Oh, here's the next really ridiculous one. Well, which one of those two would you rather have? Like, it's gonna kind of pivot to it.
Yeah.
Whether we mean to or not, but I'm just gonna say hi. I'm a child. Okay.
What is going on over there?
Oh, wait. What is this comment? Was that just me? Oh, god damn it. That is me. Well, at least it shows up on StreamYard. At least I fucking know how it works now. Fantastic. All right. I was excited. I'm like, oh my god, people. And they're like, no. We don't fucking like you. We're not
He
fucking
said,
talking
no.
to you. No, silly boy. All right. So let's go. What do we got here?
Okay.
Are these written down?
No.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were prepared.
My thing is, okay,
Let's shape it first before we get into it. Let's shape actually what we're looking at doing here. So folks are just like, what are they talking about?
Okay. So to explain, I'm just saying that there are, first of all, there's names out there, first names that parents have put your child at a disadvantage by naming your child this name. I mean, like, how can you do that? And then to add another caveat to it, there's certain combinations of names that
Don't you steal my word, son of a bitch. What are you, my wife? Stop doing that.
I'm just saying there's certain names out there. If you know that your last name is X, do not name your child Z. Like, I mean, it just, life is hard enough as it is, let alone to be set behind the 8 ball or set up by your own parents before you even begin life. That's pretty, it's pretty rough.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Like, I mean, like I said, life is already hard enough. Don't make your child's life that much harder because you think it was a cute name.
Unless you didn't want them, and then that's fully okay.
Like, really unless your intent is to see how challenging their life can be. I mean, or their childhood, or you thought it was, a joke, or maybe when you had your son. I mean, I've had 2 children, and when I
fucked up with him. I fucked up with him because I forgot some of her family are country fucking bumpkins. Because, in essence, his name equates to, if you want to be all hillbilly about it, it literally could be Billy Bob. I'm like, God damn, really?
Oh,
like
what? Yeah. What? His middle name is Robert?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's William Robert. Okay, yeah, it could be Billy Bob.
Right.
You didn't even think of that.
And I'm like, and then they brought it up. I was like, you fucking hillbilly, shut the fuck up. Stop it.
Billy Bob Thornton.
At that point, I'm like, how the fuck are you black and a hillbilly? What the fuck? How does that fucking work? There's your name game right there. How does that work?
There are some black people that are on that porch with the suspenders, with no shirt, with the hair coming out of the suspenders. There's some black people like that too in the country, for sure.
I get it, but
at the same time, like I said, you had a child.
Folks.
I had 2 children. Sometimes I guess your brain isn't working extremely sharply after, going through, the labor so I don't know.
You don't pop that bitch out and name it on the fly. You plan that.
You think about it. Yeah. Yeah.
You're not like,
unless these are just on the fly people that just they couldn't agree on the name, and
you're
they just popped it out there.
Omaha. Fucking calling an audible and shit.
He said call an audible on your child's name.
Jesus.
He said Omaha.
I mean, look, Mama Bear's hiking the ball / pushing a baby out, and then you're sitting here like Peyton, like you're fucking waving to the wide out like
you telling the nurse to go in motion behind you, like
right. Fucking telling the running back the hard count, like Jesus, right.
Like screaming out, like looking at one of the other nurses, like he's the mic.
Oh my God, I just want to have another kid just so I can just say that shit. It's like 50's mic.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. But yeah, certain
Okay.
Either combination of names that you shouldn't do, or just simply first names that you shouldn't take part in, or you shouldn't put your child behind that difficult type of name. And these names can be either complex names or names that could be a combination of the father and the mother together. And most of the time it's black people with these long names that you can't spell out. That is putting your child at a disadvantage. And then there's just certain names that are, I guess, what is it? Genderless or something. Like certain names that could be a man's woman or a woman's name. That's kind of universal. Huh?
Paperclip.
What? You said paperclip.
Yeah.
So
No, I get it. Okay.
in the would you rather scheme, I guess that's how we're going to frame it. Is
Okay.
we're going to pretty much name two fucked up names and
Now,
ask
obviously,
yourself which one would you rather go through life or trek through life with.
these are going to be based on like reality. They're not just going to be like Bobby Tea Kettle. It's not going to be like some random ass
No,
thing.
I'm
It's going to
talking
be
about
based
like
on
either
some,
somebody that either
Yeah.
I've come across that I've either met and they have a fucked up name, or I've heard it on TV or something like that. Like it's not
Okay.
an outlandish where we just making up something. You know, I
Okay.
mean, this can actually happen to somebody.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fire them up. Let's go.
All right. One is, and I was just saying, this is just football related. The coach who used to coach the Chicago Bears. Name is Lovie
Smith. Oh, that's sexy.
How could you do that to your child? Like,
I had no problem with that. That's sexy.
that's a unique name, but I'm just saying. I mean, he's successful now, but can you imagine his childhood? Do you think the kids wasn't tagging him up, calling him Lovey?
Hey, that's cool. Bet he had bitches.
You
Probably
don't know
not.
the answer to that. I don't
know the answer to
that. I mean, that is. I mean, what was his parents thinking there? Like, there's so many different names you can name.
Lovey's actual name though? Is Lovey his actual like birth name?
As far as I don't know. Maybe
All right.
maybe it is
Well,
an
hold on.
alias. I don't know.
Let's see.
Why would you want to go by anything? But like, why would you take that name if you didn't have to?
I mean, because he's a foot. So Lovey Lee Smith. God,
So he wants the name. Okay.
You know, my dude.
So he could have just been Lee, but
And you
because
know
the
what?
name Smith is so common, he probably wanted to stand out a little bit.
And we said this last year. Dude literally is Black Santa.
Yeah. What the yeah.
Absolutely Black Santa. I love it so much. Like, if nobody knows who Lovey Smith is, look him up and you will thank me. And you'll be like, yeah, that is absolutely Black Santa.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that's
Lovey
one
Lee
name.
Smith. Born
His
May
name
8th.
is Lee, or is Lee his middle name?
Middle name, it looks like.
Oh, so he really was named Lovey. I mean, like,
Lovey
What was-
Lee Smith. Maybe his dad had a stutter. Lovey Lee Smith. I don't know.
I'm just saying, I mean, names like that drive somebody to success. Like, if you are put behind the 8 ball,
I mean, you probably didn't picture him being in football with that name, but hey, it
no,
works.
not at all. But I'm saying, I'm probably sure that drove him. He was like, watch when I show y'all who the fuck I become. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, people being put in adverse situations cause them to, beat the odds even more than, if he was just named Lee Smith or he was named Larry Smith. I mean,
Yeah,
Lovey
but
Smith.
eh,
So my question is, do you want that name, or here's a different combination? At said job, before you got there, there was a last girl. I mean, I said the last girl. There was a girl. Her last name was Pitts.
oh
Nothing
boy.
wrong with that, right? Nothing
Okay.
wrong with that. I mean, I've heard Pitts. I grew up with, someone. Her name was Tawanda. Her last name was Pitts, and that nothing there. But this girl,
Kyle
at
Pitts.
said job, her last name was Pitts. Her first name was Cherry. And it's like,
Cherry Pitts.
yeah. Why would the parent do that? Like, the parent knows, okay, this combination is.
At least you would hope. Like, you would hope they would know, right? Like, is there ever an instance here where you hear these things and you're like, maybe they really just didn't put it together?
I don't think it's that highly coincidental that, your last name is Pitts and you just happen to just pull Cherry out of the sky and the two match together. No, they truly tried to put this child at a disadvantage, or they thought it was a cool or cute thing to do.
That's fair.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you mean to tell me her name is Cherry Pitts? Oh my God. So which so now let's form. Now that we have the two fucked up names, which one would you rather trek through life? A terrible combination or a terrible first name?
I mean, with that thing, I mean, I'm definitely going Lovey Smith because I mean, I didn't find a problem with that from the get go. Cherry Pits just sounds stupid. It sounds like it's a dirty stripper name.
Yep, it does.
Like you were set up to be a stripper, but in all actuality, you end up being like a politician or some shit. Like Lovey Smith hit you with the fucking play action fake.
And now that I think about it, I think that girl that was at said job, she was pretty promiscuous, messing with a lot of people. So,
I mean, yeah,
maybe that name, that's what I'm saying. I mean, maybe that name got to her so hard that she was just like, I'm not saying that you should be devastated by a name, but something that can have an effect on how your life play out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, every time you're doing roll call and you got to put your hand up and everybody's smirking. I mean, trust me, I know from not having a very common name. Man, my name is Jermaine. I mean, that's not your everyday name that's going across the board. You know, if people call me Jerome because they can't even get used to Jermaine. To this day, I get called Jerome all the time because I guess it's more common, it's more short. And
I'm going to read this here because, I mean, we're going to do the Would You Rather, obviously, but I'm just looking at this thing on here. Actress Shannon Sossaman has said that she and author Dallas Clayton wanted a word, not a name, for their eldest son. Clearly, they're fucking idiots.
A word?
Yes. They named their child Audio Science.
See, I understand they think it's cute, but they don't have no consideration for the child they're bringing into this. They have to deal with that. Like, like when Audio Science gets to about 13, 14 adolescents, his question to you is going to be like, why did y'all do this to me?
There's another one. Okay. All right. So I'm just going down the list here and I'm going to have you choose between these two. Audio Science, or Pilot
Audio
Inspector.
Science. Okay,
Audio Science or Pilot Inspector.
So the child's first name is Pilot Inspector, or that's their full name? Like they have omitted their own birthright name to name this person just two random words. Like it's not Pilot Inspector like, Johnson or something like that.
No, it just says Pilot Inspector. Inspector may be like the middle name. I don't know if they just gave him a brand new surname. I don't even know if you're allowed to do that. Maybe it's a hyphenated.
I mean, like, don't you have to have? Well, you don't have to have any name, I guess. I mean, you would assume that the person would have to have the last name of, as far as their ancestry and their, you know, their family ties go, right?
Look, I mean, the way shit is now, I don't think any rules even are a thing anymore.
Yeah, the way it is, I mean, with the pronouns and all that, you can do anything. Like you your name could be a symbol, Prince. Yeah, I mean, there you go. So, I don't think anything's off the table. But
which one are you picking? Audio Science or Pilot Inspector?
I'm probably gonna go with Audio Science because I'm just more of a science guy. I mean, neither one of them sounds, acceptable. But I'd rather take Audio Silence, which seems like it can go over a little bit smoother than Pilot Inspector. Like, come on, yo. Oh my god.
Wow, Kim Kardashian is a fucking retard.
What are you saying?
Name the kids North, Saint, Chicago, and Psalm.
Yeah, I remember that. North, when she was messing with Kanye, was Northwest. Like your name is a directional Northwest.
Like
Like-
you are not. That is not a I mean, can't even think of a good word. It's not like a witty thing. It's like, no, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You named
like,
your kid a map quest. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These parents think they're doing something, special. They're like,
Right.
"Ooh, look how unique I can be." Not stopping to realize that you have put your child at a disadvantage. I mean, that's not unique. That's not funny to me.
Got Erica Badu naming her kids Seven, Puma, and Mars. Yep, keep getting high. Keep riding that train. Fucking goofball. It is shitty though, because you really are setting those kids up for failure. And I mean, generally, I'm very much a fuck them kids idea, but like really, that really is kind of like, what are you doing, man? Come on.
I can't see anything that is beneficial to the child.
There is.
Another would you rather, like, just those names that you have no idea what the child's gonna look like. So don't name your child Beauty. Don't name your child Precious. Don't name your child Gorgeous
Fair.
or something like any of those, because I know some humongous, like, even there was even a movie called I can't remember what it was called, but
It was Precious.
Precious. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's called Precious. Yeah. And she was the furthest thing from Precious.
Nah.
So I know somebody her name is Pretty, spelled with an I at the end instead of
Bet she's hideous.
I ain't gonna go as far as the hideous, but pretty chunky.
I will.
Furthest thing away from beauty. I mean, like, not
Nope.
beautiful. Like, don't do that. You don't know what the child is gonna look like. I mean, like,
Ode Mountain. It's another one.
what are you talking about?
Ode Mountain. ODE Mountain.
You going against your own rule. You send them to just naming stuff off the internet. You said these are people you supposedly know. I'm telling
No.
you, real.
I
people.
was saying I don't want someone to bring up like some random ass like fire, last name truck. Like I'm looking for like actual like names of people.
The audio sign. I mean, or what was it? Audio silence or something.
Audio
That's a totally made up name to me. I'm giving you names of people that I've actually come across or in any type of circle or heard certain names that, like, wow. Like we talked about last time on the show. I work with somebody, her last name is Dickie, or if somebody's last name is Dick, you don't name your son Harry. Like, you don't do that. Like,
I mean, fair. I mean, you kind of have to at that point. You don't really have much of a choice.
What?
You kind of have to name them something ridiculous. It's like,
why?
Because
you have to.
It's kind of too funny, man. At that point, it's like
you'll never get this chance again at the expense of that child.
Right, and it's even better. Like if you have a girl, then you name her Little Dick, just because it's like.
Just name her first name Little, huh?
Just Little.
Oh man.
But in all actuality, though, it is a crazy idea, though. Like, there's no reason. There's no reason to really like set them up for failure unless it's like a silly little inside joke. But you know why inside jokes are so good? Because they're inside jokes. You can have a little ha 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 ha. But now you're like, hey, I'm going to put you out in the world, and now you have to go be a professional with the name of Dick Trickle. Good fucking
I remember you were saying that on the last one. Like, why would you? Like, even me. Like, my last name is Poole. Now, you imagine if my parents decided to name me Cess.
I was gonna say swimming. Apparently, you went the dark route, but yeah.
No, I'm just saying swimming. You ain't gonna name the for a child swimming. I'm just saying.
Oh, really? Right. Yeah, because no one names their kid anything crazy.
No, but I mean, I've heard people be called, Cess or Sesums or some
like
shit
for,
like that.
for
But
like Cecil, maybe short for Cecil. Okay, I can see it.
yeah, so
Cecil,
cesspool.
Cecil Pool. Oh yeah.
But like he's short for cesspool, and then when you
Oh.
running the ball and you're running the ball in your Pop Warner or your small little league, and cesspool on the carry, like what?
Cesspool just did him dirty.
You know?
Which is crazy. Because it should have been the other way around.
Yeah. No.
I like it.
Because I mean, I dealt with those jokes. I mean, my whole life it was swimming. Of course, was the most common. What's up, swimming pool? And I remember my old boss at the body shop. He used to go a different route. Like you think pool, you think swimming pool because it's spelled like a swimming pool.
Yeah.
No, he went like the actual motion of pool. So
Okay.
he was like, in body work, you're pretty much pulling cars and you're trying to pull the dent out. And he would joke around and he'll be talking to somebody and he'll be like, yeah, Jermaine, that dent out. And I'm like, what? He was like, pull it.
Nice.
Pull it. And I was like, so, he took it a different
That's fun.
step further. But, he had some funny quips and jokes. I remember totally off topic. And this was like one of the worst things he ever did to me. He knew I wanted a raise or I wanted some money or some extra money. You know what I mean? So he kept hearing me talking about it. And then like one day he was like, you want a raise? I was like, yeah. He was like, you want a raise? I was like, yeah. He's like, well, stand on that bucket.
Oh,
And
damn.
I was like, oh, so that's the raise I get just raising myself up on this bucket? Like, that was pretty foul.
That's fair. That's great.
But, I remember that to this day. I even try to use it here and there. Like, you thinking about getting a raise? Stand up on that. But yeah, those names, man, it's just certain things that you don't set your children up with.
Yeah.
I mean, unless the intent is to see how strong you can make them or something like that. Because, kids are cruel to each other.
There's
They
a
really
different
are.
way to fucking raise your kid up instead of like literally giving them the equity of like you now have to have this name forever, and like how like you can nickname yourself, I guess, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, and then like I said, remember I said the universal name, the names that could be male or female.
Yeah, like what? What do you
Leslie.
got? Oh,
like Leslie Frazier or Leslie whatever,
Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
No,
so I mean, and when I'm spinning through my Rolodex of names for my child, I'm not gonna.
They don't make
I'm not
Leslie
gonna name a male.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just figuratively saying, but
no, but still,
I'm not naming my child Leslie. Like, why would you, as a male? Why?
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I don't feel like there's that many like super ambiguous names now. I think the new hotness is let's name kids stuff.
Nowadays, I think the new hotness is for 2 last names, like I told you. Connor Walker. Or, or you even got 2 first names out there too, Steve Martin.
Yeah.
But yeah, the new hotness now is like Madison Wilson, like 2 last names. Like,
if that person doesn't own a law firm at some point, then they have failed in life. Because it does have a pretentious feel to it, doesn't it? It feels like a holier than thou, like, oh, here's my pinky bitches.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I even had some relatives, some nephews with 2 first names, or, my exes, some of her people, the children that's pretty much children under 10 years old. Yeah. The new hotness is the 2 two last names.
Let's do this. So let's wrap this up here and let's figure this out. Out of the three things, the sexually ambiguous name, the named after a fucking thing / I'm trying to be too cute or funny for my own good as parents thing, or the fucking I have a hat and I have a bunch of vowels and consonants in it, and I'm gonna get a handful, and that's gonna be your name. Out of those three, which hill are you dying on?
Yeah, see, I don't. I think the easiest way or the easiest route is the Leslie or the Lovey Smith route, where I can find a nickname that I'm like, hey man, that's my government name. I can even, make sure my friends that know me don't call me that. The only time you're gonna hear this name is when the teacher try to pronounce my name in front of everybody and, kind of let the cat out the bag. But any of that Cherry Pitts and Dick Trickle and all that, yeah, miss me with that shit. And miss me with the 15 billion consonant names. It's almost like I said, I go through that now. And Jermaine ain't that bad, but at the same time, it does pull away any guessing of who I am. I mean, to this day, if I'm on the phone and I'm filling out an application or I'm trying to speak to somebody through a company, when they hear my name, do you think that they think I'm white? No.
Yeah, I mean, fair. That's fair.
I've met several Jermaines in my life, and they were all black. Not one white one that I've ever come across.
Yeah,
So,
not too many. I feel like Jermaine is like black folks Jeffrey. Yeah.
He said black folks Jeffrey. I'm just saying, I mean, just that. But if I got one of those crazy Shikar Richardson or some shit like that. Or Shikari Richardson or something like that. I mean, she's an actual, track and field runner. Shikari Richardson. There ain't too many white Shikaris running around there. So it kind of identifies exactly who you are.
If you got more than 4 syllables in your first name, you're a fucking problem. Like you're an issue to deal with because your name is way too many things. Because then we got to add the last name in too, and it's like, God damn, man, I gotta
it identifies who you are, your race, automatically. It's unsung or unspoken of, but everyone knows. Can't ignore the elephant in the room, and that child has to spell that long, ridiculous name out that the teacher has trouble spelling out. So,
because you know what, that's a good point. That's a good point. In
first grade, when they say, write your name 10 times so you can get used to cursive writing or printing or whatever, this one person, they're done in 10 minutes. Kim.
They look up like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You do it.
Meanwhile, poor old Shikari over there, she has to spell out Shikari 10 times, and it's going to be more difficult for her.
And the worst part is I feel like that could be like Chekari or Chekari.
Many different derivatives of it.
Like, but then you got the people that just misspell a regular ass name. Like, my name is John. Oh, okay. Is it John? No, it's Jhon.
Yeah.
The fuck? Why?
Yep. I've definitely seen people do that with like.
I know we got Draper. He's Jon, but then you got the conventional John. That's there's nothing wrong with that. But when you start just like, I'm gonna fucking switch this thing. The H is silent, and get the fuck rid of it.
Yeah, definitely seen that with like different ways to spell Sarah. And, Terry with there's either a I or a Y or man. People,
I've actually banged 2 different named spellinged Sarahs.
Sarahs? Like Sara or Sarah or
Yep.
There's even a Sera Sarah. I'm like, yeah. One other name I got
memories
for
of
our-
pussy past.
One other name I do recall at said job.
Yep.
The person's last name, it was spelled, the account came up, right? And it was spelled like Fuchs, like Fuches. Fuchs. And this is an escalation. Like, I'm talking to them, they're upset and want to speak to the supervisor. So I'm like, okay, Mr. Fuchs. He was like, no, he corrected me and said it's fucks. I'm like,
Well,
you want me
I don't
to
want to
say
fuck with you. How about that?
Can you imagine? I mean, he corrected me.
Why would you correct that? Like, knowing that you've now given me a free bullet. Absolutely free bullet.
He said a free bullet.
Because it's like he's getting a little angry. It's like, listen, fucks. Listen. Look, I just want to help you for fuck's sake. Okay?
No, but after he said it, I made sure any chance I could say it, I said it. Because I was just
Absolutely.
like, man, I want to, because you don't know how many times I almost cursed on them calls.
Yeah.
But when he, like you said, he gave me a free bullet and opened up the door.
Yep.
I said it like 4 or 5 times. I was like, okay, Mr. Fox, you okay, Mr. Fox? Like, I just made sure I kept saying it. Because I was like, this is probably going to be the only time in my entire life that I can cuss somebody out on the phone and be covered. Yeah.
Like, we need to settle. You got kids in the background. You're like, hey, can you please settle the fucks down?
I mean,
God.
we got to always get the Chappelle reference in there. The nigger family.
There you go.
It's the
Absolutely.
nigger family. And they spelled it with an AR.
Man. Yes,
And
that
he
shit's so
reached
funny.
back and he put his head in the door. Was like, niggas.
God, why would he had to have been fucking with you? Like, there's no universe where he was like.
He corrected me. I'm telling you. He said because
No,
I
but I'm
just kept
saying, like,
saying
there's-
Fuchs.
Oh my God.
He
Was he
really
from-
corrected me.
This side of the pond or somewhere else?
I don't know where he's. I mean, at said jobs, tri-state area. So he went across the
But I'm
country.
saying, yeah, but I'm saying, like, was there any accent involved or
No,
straight fucks? What a dumbass.
corrected me.
Oh God.
Man, I told that story for the next 6 months after that. Every person that I listened, I told them that story.
Oh, that's the first time I ever heard that. That's fucking golden. Wow.
He corrected me. Like,
Oof.
no, get it right.
Well, I will tell you this. I would personally take the ridiculous name like the car mechanic. Because at that point, I'm just like, fucking, you know what? I'm just gonna lean into it. I'm gonna have fun with it. Because I don't take myself too serious.
Just take it full
Right.
blast and if you can't beat them, join them type.
Right, like, because at that point you got no choice. I mean, technically you can go change your name, but it's a whole fucking thing. But I'm gonna lean into it, man. I'm gonna. My name is Car Mechanic, and it's like I have never driven a car. I have a bus pass. There you go. Like on purpose, like make that my life mission to never do that. I'm like, oh no, I have no idea. No clue.
Yeah, can you imagine you pulling up to get your car inspected?
What's your name?
And
Car
they're like-
Mechanic.
Yeah, and they're like, "Did you check the oil?" You're like, "I don't know nothing about cars." But like, really, Mr. Car Mechanic?
And then you look at him like, sir, you don't need to be disrespectful. They're like, I was just calling you by your name. I'm sure you were.
Yeah, that
Mr.
would be
Fuchs.
funny.
Oh,
That
God.
would be funny. You don't know a damn thing about the cars, and your name is Car Mechanic.
Yeah. I mean, now, obviously, as a child, you're not going to lean into it because children are the absolute worst. But I don't know, man. I think that'd be fun.
I'm just saying. I mean, I guess we can agree to disagree, but anything that I can squeeze a nickname out of, I could probably work with that, But
Yeah.
something that I can't squeeze a nickname out of, and it's a joke, and everybody's smirking and cracking up every time I pronounce my name or every time
Right.
my name get called out in roll call. Yeah, that's pissed. Yeah.
No, I get it.
I'm gonna get into a lot
mean-
of altercations.
Yeah, that's the thing. it has to. You won't be able to really lean in until you're kind of longer in the tooth. But yeah. All right. So
that was pretty much a would you rather that went all over the place, but hey,
Yeah.
it needed to.
because
It
it was a fun idea, and I'm like, hell yeah, man. I kind of like it. I like the idea of it. I knew that it wasn't going to be the conventional back and forth, whatever you want to call it, but I don't know. I dug it.
It was interesting enough. Yeah. All right.
All right. So next, the draft here. So, first of all, by the way, and this is the most ballin' shit ever, apparently. I've never flown first class. Never did it.
Me either.
So, Tiff bought us first class tickets on our little trip to Bostonia. So that's gonna be fun.
To where?
Oh, I'm going to Boston. So.
Oh yeah. I remember you said you was gonna go up there with your farmer and get your car real far.
Yeah.
And they don't pronounce their R's.
Yeah. So we're gonna do the first class thing, and
give me 1 second.
so I don't know. I've never been on first class. Anyone that's ever been on first class, please give me a testimonial because I have no clue.
Oh, shit, froze.
Would you explode something?
Yeah, I forgot. I left my beer in the freezer. It's frozen now. I forgot all about it.
You got a slushie.
Yeah.
But yeah, never been. I don't really know what to expect. She ran down the whole kind of gamut of the things. I'm like, okay.
What's the difference in pricing? Do you even know? Like, what's the difference from just coach and then?
Well, let's go on a mission here. Let's go find the bitch.
Yeah, and then like,
what is it? Live on location?
Yeah, and then the thing what's the difference? I mean, it's just, of course, I know it's more leg room, and I guess they give you more accessories and probably feed you meals without you having to pay.
Oh, there's free drinks. So I can get drunk in the morning. That's gonna be fucking nice.
Okay. Free drinks, okay.
Yeah. All right, let's hear from. What the fuck are you doing? Weird ass ninja! Don't make fucking noises, Mama. What are the price differences between first class and regular? Peasant
coach.
air?
He said peasant air. He said peasant air.
The trip on Southwest was $660-ish total round trip.
So $660 for regular. Okay, what's first class running in?
So that's $1,200. So it's $650 a person.
For one, and that's
round trip.
For regular.
No.
So it's $1,200 for round trip.
For first class.
Okay.
If we flew normal Southwest, it'd be $650 round trip.
Oh, okay. So it's double.
So it's double.
You could have just fucking said that.
That's what
I just want round trip on an explanation. So, yeah, I guess it's better leg room, better fucking seats, and you don't have to. Oh, you don't have to sit in TSA, which is nice. You can just fucking just.
You don't have to what?
You don't have to sit through the whole like TSA fucking thing. You don't have to like.
Oh.
You don't have to sit there for an hour and a half while they don't really check you.
Okay.
So
I know that do you value that? I mean, do you really think doubling the price is worth that trip? I mean, essentially, you can put 4 people on that plane in the regular, as opposed to 2 in first class. Like,
well,
I can see maybe an upcharge of XYZ,
Here's the
but
thing.
totally double, I don't see the value in that one.
Well, here's the thing. It's not my money.
Oh, I know you don't give a fuck. I'm just saying, like, if it was your own, like, coming out of your part, like, do
Absolutely
you
not.
see the value in that? I don't.
Absolutely not. I like the leg room because I'm all legs. I love flying though, so I don't care. If this gives
Yeah, I
me
mean,
a
it's
chance
a nice
to,
perk to me, but I don't see the value. Like, it's like somebody asking me, you know, hey, we're about to go on a night on a town. We're going to the clubs and we're gonna go club hopping. And you tell
Right.
me we're gonna go club hopping in Ubers or we're gonna go club hopping in a limo. Like, the limo's nice and everything, but I'm not gonna pay exactly double just to hit the limo. I will sit my ass in that Uber and get there and get back.
Yep, I will have Ahmed talk to me and do whatever he's doing.
Sadiq. Suleiman. Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of the traveling thing, let's get into this. So, I guess we can go. We'll go back and forth for the do's and then back and forth for the don't. So, I would say the first thing that, not the first thing, but go to that city's sports stadium or arena.
Oh, okay. So I remember you said this is not actually traveling. This is once you land and get there.
Yes.
Do this. Okay.
Which, ironically enough, and low-hanging fruit, that's like the biggest reason I'm going to Boston because I want to go to Fenway.
Oh yeah, I remember you said this like a bucket list type thing for you.
Yeah. So doing that, I think, is I don't know. It's one of those things where even like I'm going. It's like a Boston and a Giants game. Like I don't give a shit about either one of the teams really.
Yeah.
But why not?
Yeah. Mine's is along the same lines as yours, as far as a different city or traveling to a different city. I'm going the fat route with the what's the signature food of the land. It's a lot of times it's not just one food, but at least have one food native to the city that you could say that if you ever run into somebody that is from that area, you can tell them that, hey, I went
spot
here.
on, man.
Yeah,
you're spot on. That was on my list. You fuck. It's good.
No, but I'm just saying. I just know that if I ran into somebody from Philadelphia and I never said nothing about the cheesesteaks or which stand I went to, they would probably question my authenticity. They're like, you wasn't in no goddamn Philly. Like, why would you go to Philly and not have a cheesesteak? Like, you gotta find out what everybody's talking about.
Right. No, that's in all
like
sincerity.
Kansas
Like
City.
I'll
If I
joke
ever go to Kansas City, I want to try out their barbecue because that's all I hear about how great it is.
Right. Yeah. If you go to North Dakota, you have to try. You have to try their people. I don't fucking know.
The Dahmer special.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about North Dakota.
No, nobody does. No one even lives there that knows they even live in North Dakota. Like how
would you
have like
a-
two super boring states like you have North Dakota and South Dakota? It's like, did you just run out of time, or we're just like, oh shit, this honorable mention? Like, just combine them, just make them Dakota, and then just add another state.
And make what's the name? The sponsor Dak Prescott, because that's his name is something Dakota Prescott. That's why they call him Dak Prescott.
Here we
go.
Fucking idiot.
But yeah. But would you live in one of those crazy? Would you live in one of those crazy scare states with a
absolutely
like a real good job, like they paid you like $125K plus?
I would move there
go
with
there
this
for free.
job. I would go there with this job.
Yeah.
Oh my! You know what I feel about space and people? Get the fuck away from me! And I just like land. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I just want land. I just want to be away from noise. It's my biggest thing. I just want to be away from noise. All right. So being that you're a cunt and took my fucking pick, so that's cool. Thank you. I don't know. This sounds a little dumb, depending on where you're going, right? Like this is definitely geographically indicative of this pick, but check out like their, I don't want to say like a museum because that sounds kind of boring, but check out like the historical, like what makes that place that place.
Yeah, do they have like a landmark that
Yeah,
the whole world knows about? You know, like Seattle is that Space Needle.
Space Needle, right?
And St. Louis, I just recently, that's
The
probably
arch,
the,
yeah.
yeah, that's probably the most contemporary or pretty much the most recent place I've been in. Yeah, I got plenty of pictures, and I didn't get a chance to actually, like my brother, he had actually got a chance to get in it, and then I guess it takes you up like a, you know, I didn't get a chance
you weren't
to do
there
all
for
that.
pleasure, so it wasn't really.
Yeah, it was a funeral, so yeah. But yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it's one of those. It's a real sightsee, touristy thing, and kind of low hanging fruit. But it's kind of one of those because I would have went the food thing, but that was the next on the little list because I mean. See what I mean. You live unless you're a not a hobbit, not a fucking hobbit, not a hermit either. Nomad. Wow, I wasn't even close. Unless you're a nomad, the gross. That's fucking gross. Thank you for that.
I definitely hit the toilet.
Yeah, gross.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was like, we already did the intro, right? No,
no, that was real live and up close. Fart.
My co-host, everybody.
I can't believe that the microphone picked it up. I'm like, dang.
Well, you didn't really not sell it because your simple ass is like.
He said, "You just said."
like, excuse me while I clear my ass.
Oh man!
I'm like, that's not the lyric, but all right.
You would have tried to crucify me on the first episode if I'd have did that shit.
Mr. Jermaine.
By the end of the week, I'd have been carrying the cross. You'd have been like, "Get up on that cross!"
Oh man,
crucifixion.
But yeah, definitely see why that place is that place. And we're definitely hitting up a bunch of spots, in Boston town to kind of see, all that stuff. Just it's not like somewhere that you just go. Unless you're a nomad and you've been all around these places, even if you still like,
even if you're a nomad, you're supposed to be exploring things native to the city that you can only find in that particular city. My next one is kind of along the lines of the same thing. It's like depending on your, what floats your boat. Me being a nightlife guy, it's either nightlife, visit if you feel comfortable, or you're not too old, check out a club or something like that. But if you're more of a daytime person, me, I'm an amusement park type of person. So if there is an amusement,
whoa, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Oh man, I kill all of the Six Flags and the Universal Studios, and I'm a roller coaster. Now there is a certain point where it gets too dangerous, where I'm like, nah, that's just I'm cool. Like that Kennywood Black Widow, I ran that one.
Nah, son.
I rode that one time, and I said never again.
No,
never again.
Because I don't. Look, I love roller coasters, but I don't like the pitfall thing. I don't like that shit.
Yeah,
that Black Widow
straight
thing.
Up just drop stuff. Yeah, no.
I'm too old
like the
for
Black
it, man.
Widow. The Black Widow just got too hot. Like it was cool, and then when it start going like almost flipping over, I was like, this is too extreme for me. And as soon as I got off, I said, never again. My daughter tried to get me back on. I was just like, no, y'all go ahead. Like, I mean, I'll do the Phantom 100 times back to back, but not that pitfall. That was another one time, and I was just like, you know what, I'm good. I mean, like when it's just too ridiculous. I mean, but I definitely got an amusement park spirit. I love especially those roller coasters with the they put the superhero theme ones with the Superman ride.
Listen. Busch Gardens is that shit. That fucking Superman ride where you're laying, like you're being suspended, but you're laying flat on your belly. Shit is fire.
Man, I rode one that was in New York, like towards like not New York like the city, but New York like Buffalo, like up in that area, like with the Niagara Falls. And there's some Six Flags up there. It's called Derry, New York, or something like that. Man, that Superman ride was one of the best rides I ever rode. I mean, me and my boys, we still talk about it. It's like, man, that Superman ride was awesome.
Well, Tiff just came back from Disney with the kiddo, and they so apparently the Tron ride was pretty nice. That was like the big thing. It was a 5-hour wait, and what they did is they gave him like this little hold on. What they did is they did a little when you go to like Fridays or something like that, and they're fucking super busy,
and they hit you with the button and then they tell you to come. Oh, at least that's at least
right, because you burned 5 hours. It's like, fuck out of here, man.
Yeah. That was my thing about Cedar Point. That each ride was like, by the time the end of the day, you only got on 5 rides because it's like you got a 2-hour wait for each ride. And this is back in the day when they didn't have that. You pay extra and you cut. You got the express line and all of that. I mean, that could ruin your day just waiting in line.
I fucking hate that shit. Like, I get it, but I like, it's hard not to look at those people like, oh fuck, I'll fuck you up. Let me catch you slipping. Take the shit.
I mean, I don't know what Disney is now, but the only time I have been to the Disney area, it was still. This is like, okay, my daughter's 24, going on 25. She was probably 2. So this is like 20 something years ago, and Disney was soft to me as far as the amusement of the rides. Like, I mean, it's primarily for little children. Like, it wasn't.
It depends what you do. Because there is some shit in there. There is some stuff there.
I'm pretty sure they got it beefed up now. But when I was there, what was it? This is probably 2002 or 2000.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah,
okay.
it was real soft. Like the Splash Mountain was probably the most dangerous thing there, and I was just like, man, that was corny. That was like trying to watch. You used to. Why am I referencing Disney to porn? That's like trying to watch, HBO After Dark and just see, a nipple here and there, and then, you got full blown porn over here. Like, come on, the two didn't compare.
Yeah. So it's if it's not like a crazy thrill ride, it's super immersive. So it makes up for like the quote unquote
all the like air and stuff like that. Okay,
it's crazy. Like, do yourself a favor. If you ever get a chance to go back, I would do it before you get an AARP card and they don't let you in.
Or I have a heart attack risk. Of getting on any ride. But yeah, I definitely noticed that because I've been the Universal Studios. I just went probably maybe 5 years ago or something, with my ex and
I went
her family and everything. And a lot of the rides are simulated rides. Like, they're geared towards Spider-Man or something, or jumping. And it's kind of like a virtual reality type thing.
There was a Simpsons ride that did that, and that's where I got the immersive thing.
Yep. And they got all the wind blowing on you, and they even squirt you with some water here and there, and it's a lot of simulation now, with today's technology.
Okay.
But if there's any amusement park in the area, I want to hit that up during the day, and then at night see if there's any type of nightlife, or is there a certain bar that gets frequented. Well, not a bar, but maybe a club or something like that, just to say I went out in that city. That's about it.
All right, so let's go with the don'ts. And funny enough, my don't is your do. Do not go to the bar. Do not go. Okay. It's actually a twofer. It's like, do not go to the bar and do not speak on sports, because unfortunately, bar and alcohol, and then you add your sports team, especially if you're going to a place that is somewhat of a rival of yours. You're going to start spouting off in the mouth, getting all big dick energy, and you're going to be big dick dead in the woods.
You definitely don't want to do that in Boston. you will definitely come out of there wrapped up. I mean, even though they clearly got the best of us in almost everything they've done,
Yeah.
they still would get mad just because you're just from that area. Yeah.
Right. Which makes sense.
You don't want to come up there talking about I'm a Steeler fan and
well, it's the same thing. Like if
Patriot
Cleveland
country.
people come into here and like Cleveland is fucking abysmal. Like if you see
yeah, we
someone
still
tout in
don't. We
Cleveland,
still give them a
we
hard
still
time. Yeah,
fuck you up on site.
yeah, you're
So-
right.
So yeah, that's my biggest like. Hey, if you would like to come home, don't do this.
Man, as far as going somewhere, do not do this no matter what. My thing is, make sure, I don't know if you're alone but make sure try not to make sure you don't get lost is my thing. Because that's a nightmare in itself. Or
Dude,
get separated. Get
Why
separated
does your
from
black ass keep taking my shit?
What? You are like these are chess riddles or something like that. I mean, this is common sense here now.
I get it, but I assumed you're an idiot. It was my hope. Oh,
I don't want to get separated from because
No,
I've
it's good.
definitely been in instances where, me and 3 or 4 buddies or something like that,
Yeah.
and my whole night was ruined because it was like I spent my whole night looking for y'all. Like it was terrible. And if you're
Well,
by
to add
yourself,
on to it, I mean, to add on to it, yeah, don't do the white people thing and go in the woods and go ahead and start hiking.
yeah, I
and
don't mean that, but
being-
yeah,
but like, yeah, that's the thing. Have an itinerary, have an idea where things are, because you are literally in a foreign land to what you know, and you don't have a Super Save-A-Ho to call to come swoop you and fix your life. You are hundreds of miles away. What are you doing?
and there's places I've been where I did get lost, and I'm like, everything looks the same. You think it's simple. You're like, there ain't no way I'm gonna get lost walking around this corner. So I would go around the corner and then come back, and I'm like, I have no idea where I am. I mean, and everything started looking the same.
And they
It's just a nightmare. Yeah.
then the flight attendant comes to you like, "Sir, you're still in the plane." You're like, help me, I'm scared. No, that's definitely good. Yeah. So I don't know. It seems silly, but regardless how long you're there, don't be intimately connected to your hotel. Like,
Because all you did was just go have
No.
a vacation, and you could have
Right.
went to the hotel downtown Pittsburgh and pretended you were in a different city. If that's what you was going to do, is just hook onto that hotel.
right, don't.
I've
well,
definitely been out with people.
I have
Go
a
ahead.
better way to. I have a better way to put it. Because that seems almost like my do not is more of a. It doesn't really fit. I would say it's same on the same vein, but it's don't wing it. Don't wing it. Have a plan. Don't just figure it out when you get there, because you never do. You never do. Have XYZ planned, and then have yourself some wiggle room to kind of chill, explore, do things like that. But don't just figure it out when you get there. Most people aren't going to do that, but there are.
I have
Plenty
been
that
on
will.
plenty of trips where that was the case. No plan whatsoever. Winged it the whole time, and latched
do
to the hotel. It's like,
Right.
what did you do? Like your idea of excitement was to go down to the hotel lobby little spa, or what is it called? The jacuzzi, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Look, my
I've been,
birthday is in about 2
places.
months.
I've
My
been
birthday's
places with my ex and her family, and even with my family that came here on the pod. And some of those trips were disasters because we tried to
Mhm.
wing it. We didn't have nothing, no plans. It was just like, it was almost like we went to and just sat in a hotel, and we did a sightseeing here and
And
there.
I
Like,
don't get it. I don't get why people do that. Like, my birthday is 2 months away, and I literally asked Tiffany yesterday. I was like, "Hey, Mama, listen. Here's what we need to do. What's the plan here? Like, what exactly? Like, what days are we doing this? The game is on this day. Okay, all right, cool. So we'll chill there.
that
do
is
that
definitely the great
What's
way
the-
to go about it.
because you want to make sure that you're on the same page with everything that you want to do and check out, but also you want to give yourself. Okay, so we have. I think we're there for like 7 days or some shit.
Yeah,
It's like,
you
all right,
want
we
to be
have
productive every day.
Right. We have 5
Yeah.
days of productivity, I guess, and 5, 8, 9 things we're gonna do in those 5 days. We have 2 other days to kind of get our, just to do whatever, and probably the last day is gonna be fucking flying out, but
Like travel, but you can
but,
buffer
yeah.
in some rest and relaxation time. But
right.
if you are just buffering in the actual activities and everything
Right.
else is racks, do it exactly the opposite of that. Like you said, plan a bunch of stuff, have a little bit of buffer.
Right, because you don't have
and
to
you'll
do all
have
the
a-
stuff you have to plan.
Yes.
That's the cool
You
thing.
can have
too.
4 different things planned, but if you have a real good time at the second thing you have planned, then just chalk that day up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. I've definitely been on some very unproductive and unplanned, unthought out trips, and it was just it was all wasted.
It
It was
ends
like
up being an absolute abysmal time because you have nothing to show for it. You spent a shit ton of money and you
yes.
saw and did nothing.
And it's not fair to the city you visited it either, because you're running or you're coming back with a perspective of how shitty that city was, and really it was you shitty in the city. So maybe you're running around telling people, like suppose you did that shit, you're gonna come back and be like, Boston is shitty. Meanwhile, Boston's got tons of things. It's just your shitty ass didn't go see them.
Right. That's a good point. That's a good perspective, man.
Yeah. Now my last don't, and it's just because it happened to me.
Oh boy.
I was in Florida. No.
Oh god, a Florida story? Oh Christ.
No, this was in
all right. Who died?
I do got a Florida story. One hotel, it was not a top 5-star hotel. Took a shower took a shower and got stuck in the bathroom because the door wouldn't open. And I had to wait till maintenance and all of that come in just to let me out of the bathroom. But that was another story. But I'm talking about in Dallas, Texas. This is more of just along the lines of just being forgetful and not packing the right thing. Now I know you Mr. Leave your beard out and you can go with the pins and all that. See, me, I got to keep myself groomed. And
yeah, because you respect yourself. I understand.
No, but I'm saying if it goes more than 2 or 3 days without me, being able to, trim myself up, sides, because I'm not trying to grow a beard. I've never tried. I've never let this thing go more than 2 or 3 days without trimming it down to just right here. I went on this trip and we were down there for a whole week and I forgot my groomer or my clippers or whatever like that. And of course you could say, well, just go to the pharmacy and buy this, it's not the same. I mean, I had some real good expensive, trimmers that barbers use that, they were like $100 plus type of trimmers that I used to have in that groomed myself. Man, that week it was like, not saying the whole trip was ruined. It's just that it was irritation to me the whole time.
You don't feel right. You don't feel like yourself. I completely get it.
It's like when I got home, everyone else, when they get home, they're like, oh, my bad. Man, I ran upstairs and started cutting my face as soon as I walked in because I just felt like a mammoth at the end of the week.
I've seen you many times at 1 a.m. I'm like, sit your dumb ass the fuck down. What are you doing?
I mean, like every other day, like that's just my routine. Like every other day, I'm cutting I cut my hair once a week, but as far as my face goes, it gets it gets on my nerves. After 2 days, I got to trim it down because it's irritating. And I went a whole week where I could not cut my face, and it's like by the time I said I've never that's the first thing I'm putting in my bag is my trimmers. So yeah, I learned a valuable lesson there. Don't forget something that can't be replaced. Like, I mean, of course, if you forget a toothbrush or you forget some, some undergarments, you can go right to the.
I tell people pack 2 days ahead. Pack 2 days ahead and pack 2 days later than you need. Like 2 days
Yeah.
more than you need.
Yeah.
Like,
I've definitely learned that because there's been times that, either alcohol or, rubbing alcohol spilled in my bag and it ruined a pair of boxes. Like, I always make sure I have like at least 2 or 3 more outfits than I'm supposed to have. And like
Right.
you said, a set of undergarments and socks, like extra. Like if it's going to be 5 days, I'm taking 8, 9 days worth of stuff. Just so you rather be over prepared than under. So
yeah. Okay. That was fun. I liked it.
mhm.
So before we jump out of here, we're going to do a little bit of a new format here. So obviously next week is going to be the regular comment or a topic show. So anyone that has any ideas by chance, shoot them our way. That's fine by me. Like I said, I did build a website. It's actually, and it's not done yet. I mean, it is actually live, which is fucking nuts because it's like there. It's xnooflifepod.com. So I'll put
That's what I
that
was going to say. Shoot me the link or something
Yeah.
like this so I can pull
yeah,
that
and I'll put
thing
it up in and I'll put it up in the comments and everything. But yeah, that's all the socials are plastered on there too, so that's always helpful. I'm gonna start putting up little clips of the shows on there too. I'm gonna do the whole friends of the show pod or the friends of the show little section, which I will say, and I'll put this in the comments here too. But if you guys like movies, you guys like just good discussion, check out Draper's show. It is it's Spitball Media. Just look it up on YouTube. It's all over there. Also, little thing here. Remember my comic cop guy, Cliff?
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, we're actually going to start doing a weekly thing here because I was just on his show as well.
That's the dude, Cliff Yates?
Yeah, it's the Cliff Yates show. So I'll put
Okay.
I'll post that up in there too. But yeah, apparently me and Cliff are going to be getting in podcast bed together. So watch out. I maybe replacing you. It's fine, but it was bound to happen. But yeah, no, I'm definitely excited about that. But yeah, as of right now, I would say those are the 2 friends. So there's more people, but we'll start putting a little section up there and but yeah,
gotta crawl before you walk. So yeah, you gotta get it going. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely check those boys out though. Definitely putting out good stuff. So I enjoy it. Anything to say before we skadoodle out of here? That's not a word.
He said skadoodle.
Skadoodle. I may add that to
No.
the title somewhere. A name game skadoodle.
No, I know that we talked about free agency and how crazy it is, and
don't do this at the end. I have 14% left on my phone. We're not doing this right now because
I'm just saying that
you won't get me to stop. You won't get me to stop.
We're gonna be looking forward to maybe recording a football show here and there. Just to
so you gotta tell me your things. I thought we were gonna start talking. All right.
No, I just wanted to just throw it out there.
I want to. Absolutely.
We're waiting on free agency to calm down because right now it is crazy. It'll be signings happening in the middle of the show, so we're gonna let it taper down. Maybe get a little bit closer to the draft, and then
I would say probably after Easter we could probably start. Probably put something out there.
Yeah, some things will start calming down. So yeah, like I said, leading up to the draft.
Which is crazy because Easter was our first episode. So
yeah. Was it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It was that Sunday. Huh?
Yeah. And it's pretty funny how we went from Sundays to what was it? Wednesdays, and I think we did Thursdays for a while, then we did to Saturdays, then we went back to Thursdays. Now we come full circle and we're like, okay,
back
now we're
to Sunday.
On Sundays.
Well, we knew Sunday wasn't going to hold true with the football.
Yeah, well,
yeah. We did hop all over it. We used to do it on Tuesday, I think. Was there a day we didn't do it?
I think Tuesday. No, yeah, honestly, I think Mondays never happened,
I don't think Fridays ever happened either.
at least on purpose. I think there may have been a Friday show, but never like a scheduled thing. Yeah.
Yeah. We did Saturdays. Yep. We did Sundays. I don't recall, like you said, I don't recall ever a Monday.
No, because everyone's miserable on Monday. Who the fuck wants anything to do on Monday?
Yeah.
It's
I don't
like,
think we did. I don't know. We did a Tuesday. We definitely did a Wednesday. We definitely did a Thursday. Yeah. Just Friday and Monday. Monday and Friday. Haven't touched them.
Never will.
Great show.
Yeah,
Never
good
will.
times, man. And like I said, the stuff automatically gets uploaded now, which is super nice. So I just have to go in and edit it and add some stuff and do all those fun things. So big things are kind of coming down the pipe here. Definitely production is going to go way up, and I'm actually going to go into the YouTube folders and separate everything into playlists. And they actually have a podcast folder too. So being that we have 3 of them, I want to separate them all to where they need to be. So for people that want to search things or check out previous episodes or what have you, you can without having to, go down the 140, whatever the hell we have. So, but yeah, so good times. I'm going to have fun with this. I'm going to start chopping things up on, making little reels. I'm going to start putting up I'm taking low hanging fruit here, but I will say this again. Please, 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 please. If you never listen to us again, that's fine. I get it. But a sub would be super appreciated just because it's much easier to stream on YouTube, a lot easier to talk to people than on StreamYard. Against StreamYard, it is just cleaner, and I don't know. I'd just rather everything be under one veil. Yeah. But I had something else important to say, but I don't fucking know what it was.
Until next time. I gotta keep playing with this thing.
See, the bad thing is you say that, and if someone just came in and they said it's gonna keep playing with this thing, they're like, "Oh,
that didn't sound good at all."
I popped into either the wrong or maybe the right podcast. I don't know. oh, I know what I said. Yeah. So I'm gonna start doing some little reels of silly little puppy things too, because I love my puppy, and I feel like he should honestly, and more I'm thinking about this, he should be like the mascot for the podcast. Yeah, why not? Little Crosby.
Hey, I see him on the post there. I assumed he was already there. He was already promoted to that.
I mean, yeah, but yeah. Yeah, I'll have some fun.
I know that last post, you was like, he was smiling. He was like, this is him after finding out Kenny Pickett got traded.
Yes, he was very happy. Good riddance, you terrible fucking football player.
I ain't never seen the Steelers give up on somebody that quick, but
pretty much. That's that con artist. All right, toodles.
Yep. Peace.